Obviously, hello everyone. I hope everyone is well. Take an early morning coffee. Now, this cup was given to me by my family, my wife and my children, to my previous birthday last year. This is me with a certain guitar. Okay. Anyway, before I start the video, I want to make some shout outs to my friends in the VC. First of all, the one that mentioned my name in his latest video, Yaakov, hallo Freunde, my dear friend from Germany, Yaakov, and also to Rob Penix from Boston, and to Beetle Bread from the United States, and Beetle J from Derby, United Kingdom, and Nelio from Brazil, and Tanya, and many others that are responding to my videos lately. I will greet my new subscribers. I will say hello to my old subscribers, and I hope you like my videos along the way. And now, the scenery behind me, it's a new scenery. If you noticed, I put several records behind me, and appropriate to this video are all Beatles records. I will let you see now all the records. Is from Holland, from Israel, what a beautiful champagne cover, Colombia, Brazil, another Israeli great album and rare one, a French album, Hardest Night, another French, the almighty Les Beatles 1965, and Favolosi Beatles from Italy. Well, this video, of course, is dedicated to the UK albums by the Beatles. It's part of my series about worldwide Beatles records, and it will be in two parts. This is the first part with the early records by the Beatles, and I want to show you this box. Oh, it's heavy. Record box. And this is a very old one. It's probably from the 60s or maybe the early 70s. Anyway, why I'm mentioning it now for this video, few of my UK records was saved or were in this box from the time of the 60s. The story is that father of a young daughter in London, I don't know if he was Israeli or just Jewish, bought the Beatles albums as they were out. Please Please Me in 1963, and with the Beatles in 1960, again 1963, and the others in 1964, and so on, until the collection of Beatles oldies. And he bought the stereo versions, and he bought it for his daughter. He was classic music aficionado, not rock aficionado or pop, and he put the albums here in this box, and so it was saved meticulously and in perfect condition. Now in the UK there was not sealed albums, but because it was saved here, it was saved as a almost mint or mint condition covers and records. And this is why I'm showing it to you. I put not just these records here, but all the records I'm gonna show you today for part one. It's about 30 albums by the Beatles from the UK, and I think I'm gonna start now. So let's put it here, and the first one is, of course, Please Please Me mono. I'm going to show you mono and stereo version of every record, or almost every record that I've got, if there are a mono and stereo versions for them. And by the way, there's another album that I'm waiting to get. Maybe I will show it to you in my next part if I'll get it until then. I'm waiting for 2 records, but one of these records should be in this part. But okay, this is the original mono versions cover for the first album from the debut, Please Please Me. This is the original, the true original. As you can see, the name of the photographer, Angus McBean, is on the extreme left side of this cover, bottom left side. So it's the true original that was only made for the first month of this album. And of course, the record is the true original gold black Parlophone Big James version in a beautiful condition. As you can see, the label is in beautiful condition. The record is VG Plus excellent condition, so in great shape. The cover is, let's say, VG to VG Plus. So this one is the first one. It's not part of the story of the father that I talked about, but because they're all stereo. And the second version that I have of Please Please Me, and it's probably a wrong cover. Should be a mono EJ cover, but it's this yellow and black. Now, the ordinary yellow and black, after the gold was scrapped after a month. So it's a PMC 1202. As I said, probably a wrong cover on the small mono. Again, not in a great condition cover, another VG maybe. Next, another mono version. This time it's correct one for this version. It's with sold in the UK, so it's a later edition here. Later pressing. Oh. Okay, so, and this is the cover. Another small lettering mono on the cover. And now the first of the stereo of the box, of the old box here. It's not the gold and black Parlophone, which is of course mega rare. The Holy Grail of the Holy Grails in the UK records or albums. But it's one of the earliest one, of the yellow and the black one, on the PCS 3042, and as I said, it's in brilliant condition. Not sold in the UK. EJ cover, through EJ cover. NSJ Day. You can see here. As you can see, what mint condition stereo 1963. As you can remember or know, the stereo versions of the early albums are rare as hell. And in this condition, I've been to the UK, many times, and I've asked people if they have in the UK a collection of stereo records in nice condition. not many. And in this condition, I haven't seen or haven't heard about. Maybe there are, but I'm not aware of it. Next one is the small stereo version, and it's the 7 pressing with the sold in the UK and a gramophone. Here. Inscription. Again, it's a very beautiful condition. Record and vinyl. Record and cover. Okay. And the next one is repress, late 70s and 80s. And this one is basically the first version that I listened to back in the, I think, early 80s. I bought this record in HMV, Oxford Street, in 1983. Exactly 20 years after this piece was recorded and was out. Okay, we are moving to with the Beatles. And I have the second pressing mono with gut and Dominion. Not Gata, but gut. Again, a very beautiful condition. Mono, cover and vinyl record, of course, and label. Lesser condition, but it's a first press. Don't remember why I put second one. No, it's because, of course, a stereo one. This one is a stereo, not from the box, because as you can see, it's not in the best condition. Here there are stains here, and but it's the first pressing with Gada and Gerard and Lofthouse with the Jobet, Gata and Jobet, and Gerard and Lofthouse cover. So it's the real deal for the stereo. What I've got from the box is basically second with GUT, Dominion, and EJ. And it's, as I told you before, perfect. Mint. If you don't want to call it mint minus. I will call it mint. Condition the stereo with the Beatles. What do we have next? We have 1969 pressing, one boxed silver and black parlophone. Not a very common pressing. It was a transition period pressing. You can see original sleeve, inner sleeve for this album from 1969 in a great condition. Not perfect, but almost perfect condition. And my first listen with the Beatles from the late 70s, early 80s is this one. 2-box EMI. Again, bought in the UK, in London, back in the day, in the early 80s. Now, the next one is a very rare pressing. One of the rarest pressing I think UK have, if you consider export pressings. And if you know, export pressing for the UK were most of them, except for probably one or two, were aimed to the American forces that were stationed in West Germany back in the day, in the 60s, in time of the Cold War. And they wanted the American records, but pressing plant capital couldn't, from some reason, send it to them, and Parlophone EMI basically decided to go for this job and make export American records with Parlophone logo on them, and it's very, very rare because it was made in small quantities and only sold to the American forces in West Germany. And probably this one from the early ones are the most sought after, and the rarest one. Second album, Parlophone logo here on EMI Parlophone on the cover, on the front cover. I'll show you the back cover, which is again also very nice. You can see here flipbacks, the Americans don't have, and a Parlophone, beautiful Parlophone label here for second album, UK made export, 1964. And the next one from 1964, of course, it's one of my, if not my best Beatles album ever, definitely for the early period, Hard as Night. So here it is, first pressing, Hard as Night, which sold in the UK. Again, a great condition for this mono version. Yes, first pressing. The stereo one from the known father is another first pressing, SR1A mid-size stereo. So first pressing in immaculate condition, this cover and vinyl, again inner sleeve, the all important original inner from EMI Parlophone. Beautiful one. One boxed EMI from 1969. Very nice condition. Plus, excellent for the cover. Nice condition for the vinyl. And my early copy of mine back in early 80s. Again, the two boxed EMI label stereo. I like stereo. Even though people say they're not used to instruments on one side and vocals on the other, and the Beatles used to record it for a mono mix, and the stereo mix is done after that, and I like stereo. Wow, the sound is great. Okay, we move on to Beatles for Sale. This is a mono one, open with the gatefold cover, the very special open one. And this is the first press. Again, a very beautiful one. Very, very nice condition. Not totally perfect, but almost. Some ding here and there, and the record and the label, which is first pressing for Beatles for Sale, UK, the original UK, what you can say. And a stereo from the box. Here's the first Parlophone, true mint, and the cover, stereo cover. Export, we turn to export. This time it's Beatles 6. Now you might guess that I'm waiting for the third export from the early days, something new. But I've got Beatles 6, which is kind of rare. Everything from the export is rare, but it's less rare than the second album, but still very rare. In a very nice condition. Still, you ever hear the sticker from the shop, $2.50, which I think this one is the shop of the soldiers in West Germany. The shop, their special shop they had from for their records or other things to buy. $2.50. And the vinyl and the label. What a great one. Parlophone CPCS 104. 1965. Help. Mono edition. Mono edition. First outline mono. Yeah. The first cover pressing and also the first label and vinyl for Help. UK version, complete one with songs from the movie, other songs. One of the best album they made in the early days. And the stereo one from the box with outline stereo, as you can see here. And vinyl label, inner sleeve, all intact, all in great shape. One boxed mono from 1969, the transition period version with the inner sleeve. And my early copy back in the day, early 80s, for Help. We arrived to Rubber Soul, and I've got here, ladies and gentlemen, the loud cut version of Rubber Soul with one dash or dash one on the matrix in great condition, as you can see, cover and vinyl and stereo, of course, from the box. This one is a gramophone first issue sold in the UK. And the brilliant, immaculate condition of the cover. Stereo for Rubber Soul, yeah. And again, unboxed Rubber Soul from 1969. And my first copy of Rubber Soul, now known from the early 80s. Now we arrive to the masterpiece of 1966, Revolver. Klaus Vormann cover. And this is a true mono cover. I think I can add it to the box, because it's beautiful shape. Only few just yellowing the sides, not much. Near mint, definitely. And a near mint vinyl. This one is the first mono, XCX-1. which means it's a withdrawn mix, take 9 for Tomorrow Never Knows. Maybe the first psychedelic song ever. The story there's only, the mix is only here in this version, and not many were made. So if you want one, it will cost you. Today, at least, to find in this condition, Revolver, I won't say it's impossible, but it's very difficult. And let's say, the ordinary mono, which also is very rare or nice. This one is the first edition -3. And stereo one. Stereo one from the box. This is the time when stereo become more common. Still, not many had stereo equipment in 1966, but it became regular to find one. PCS 7009 for Revolver stereo and mint minus condition. My last record for this part is a collection of Beatles oldies. Got a mono version, first pressing, mono, and it was the last record that the father bought to his daughter back in 1966 for this compilation. The stereo cover in a beautiful condition, and the last record and label. That's it for today. Next part will be next part. Probably I'm going to wait till I get the something new export. Hope it will arrive soon. Until then, I say to you, have a nice day from Ellie. Bye-bye.